And here's wishing that you live every day of your life loving each other. Just all the years that you've done so far and more years to come. So cheers to both of you. And apparently I have the same passage from the same person that I would like to read for both of you. Among intelligent people, the surest basis for marriage is friendship. That you have. Yeah. The sharing of real interests and the ability to fight out ideas together and understand each other's thoughts and dreams. Continue.
Yeah.
Dear Sheryll, never had I imagined 12 years ago when we first met we would be standing here. From the first time we met on the Veendam, where we hardly spent time together, to the time we became close friends on the Prinsendam in 2013. But still at that time I could not have imagined we would experience so much together. It appeared our worlds were too far apart. However, it was our friendship which provided us the strength and courage to bring our worlds closer together. We have now been inseparable for the past 5 years, which has had its fair set of challenges, but also has created many lasting and beautiful memories. Where there have been times when it seemed impossible for us to be together, and the past year has certainly tested our patience. With our commitment to each other, we have strengthened our relationship. Where the future is unknown, and as we have experienced in the past, with the plans made, the unexpected will always cross our paths. And it's not that we need to deal with at the present or which lays in front of us that prove us in the years to come. It is how we together make sure that any obstacle is overcome, and each moment in time creates new memories and allows us to explore our world together. This moment I'm giving you my heart, my commitment, my support, and embrace everything that will cross our paths in the years to come. I love you.
As the best man, I would like to say some words to the newlyweds. And our friendship goes way back, as said before, to 1998, when we both started at Nautical College on Terschelling together with Leon Xavier, and the rest who's in quarantine or at sea now, but so we are the only one here. And we went together in Huisje A. And these were the perfect ingredients to start a close friendship with each other. All the crazy things we did, there's many highlights like voorjaarsbal. You know. Ook 18, that's where we lived all together in the Kruif bar and so on. And so on. Too many things to well, let's go put it in PR now. And after graduation, everybody started their careers at sea. Despite the difficulties we came along with the job, we met up at least once a year to drink a beer or two with each other. These are the moments that we share the most, I think. And as time went by, our lives changed as well. Children were born, people immigrate, and of course getting married, you know. So these gatherings are getting bigger and bigger now. And there she was, at one of our gatherings 7 years ago, but it's 5 years ago. 7 years ago, actually. And you brought your new girlfriend with you. Well, Sheryll was her name. Although her appearance was very small next to Jeroen, she turned out to be a very strong and independent woman that meets or matches definitely with Jeroen. In other words, the perfect lady for you, Jeroen. And today we're here to celebrate your wedding, but unfortunately under a bit strange circumstances. But as soon as everything is normal again, we will definitely celebrate it with all our friends and family and drink a lot of beers again.
Yeah.
That's when it all been started.
understand. Whatever you need me, there'll be. You know I'll be right by your side. We're in this together, together. I can hope that we shine together. I can see us forever. We're in this together, you and I. There's no reason not to be right. You know I'll be right by your side. We are in this together. I will reach my hand, you will understand. Whatever you need me, there'll be. You know I'll be right by your side. We are in this together, together. You and I.
Welkom Jeroen, welkom Sheryll. Even voor de juiste orde, de ceremonie gaat in het Engels, omdat Sheryll anders niet weet waar ze ja zegt. Ik hoop dat mijn Engels een beetje voor u allemaal te verstaan is. Ik doe mijn best. Welkom parents, family and friends. A special welcome for the family at the Philippines.
Yes.
They are far away, but still with us through the live stream. Do you want to say something to your family, Sheryll?
Thank you. Love you.
Sander is hoping he has pressed the right button.
Did you press the right button, Sander?
Yeah, but how many people did you invite?
I don't know.
Okay.
A lot.
Is there nobody in there, or?
Yeah, like 30 now. But
Oh, okay, yeah, that's possible.
What do we need today? A bride and a groom. Well, they are here. Sheryll, I told you, you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You must be a proud man.
Oh, yes.
Yes, but also for you, my compliments. We need an official. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Marie Hogeboom. But what do we need at last? What is very important? Witnesses. I have asked Jeroen and Sheryll why these people. Patrick and Sheila.
There.
Okay. Jeroen and Sheryll said, we know them for a long time and we became very good friends. People come, people go, but you are still here. So also today, it is a very important moment in their lives. Cherie, when Sheryll started to work at the Rotterdam, she met you almost 20 years ago. Since then, you are friends, and you spend time together, make some nice trips. The last one was Italy?
Yeah, Milan.
Milan.
Before the lockdown.
Yes, you told me. Sander,
There.
okay. Jeroen met you at the Schelling
Yeah.
when he had decided to do something serious with his life. With a group of different people, you stayed in a small house nearby the manager, and you have had a great time. You never worked together, but there's a good friendship.
that's why we never work together.
Keep it that way. Do you know that little fellow with arrow and bow? Well, we call him Cupido. He gives me a lot of work. Also this time. But of course, there's always a story. And this is the story of Jeroen and Sheryll. I keep it short, because otherwise we are here until the end of the day. It started in 2009, and they were both working on a ship. You became friends. Nothing happened. And then, in 2013, you meet again at the Picseefilm. And then, Cupido started slowly with his work. They had a lot of video calls, chats, but they said it was a very good friendship. 2015, the same ship. Sheryll asked Jeroen for dinner with friends. He said yes, and then it developed. They were invited in Panama and had a very good time. They went to Antarctica and their feelings became stronger and stronger. And after 6 months, they gave each other a special book called What I Love About You. They gave me the books, and I can share some of these feelings with you. It's very personal, and so I made a selection, and thank you for your trust. I start with Sheryll, what she wrote to Jeroen. Number 1. I describe our relationship as something unexpected, with lots of laughter and lots of, well, that was very private.
Kisses.
Yeah, but it was special kisses. 3 words that best describe you now are reliable, loving, and stubborn. And the last word was written in red. I first fell in love with you when you never let go when I was crying.
Yeah.
And if you were a cocktail, you'd be a mimosa. You're the best thing first in the morning. It's original. But I also found some beautiful words in the book written. Sometimes learning to trust again is the only way to get a second chance at love. And the love song that best describes us is You're the Inspiration. If I could take you anywhere in the world, we'd rather travel to, I really don't care where, as long as we are together. Well, of course, the answers from Jeroen were different and clearly shorter. The first, I describe our relationship as weird. 3 words that best describe you now are determined, love, weird. You must be very weird. Sometimes. I first fell in love with you when you took me out in Panama, the road trip. If you were a cocktail, you'd be a martini. You're great, shaken or stirred. And the love song that best describes us is everything I do it for you. Well, it's my favorite too. If I could take you anywhere in the world, we travel to anywhere. Why not? The Seychelles, South Africa, Chile, Japan, Thailand. It's endless. Of course, I can't tell you everything what was written in their books, but it tells me this. Love in the past is only a memory. Love in the future is only a fantasy. It's here and now that we can truly love. When I visited you, I had a few questions for you both. And I asked you, who are you going to marry? Who is Jeroen and who is Sheryll? Sheryll said, we were best friends and that's a good foundation. I didn't expect that we would be lovers. Jeroen takes care of me. He's fair. In the Philippines, we are close to our family. That's important. And he loves my family. I want to enjoy life, adventures. We talk to each other. We have our own opinion. But it's okay. We have both strong personalities. I admire the passion for his work. And also very nice, he brings me tea every morning.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we ended up together. And Jeroen said, of course, shorter. When we first met, there was not much contact. Sheryll is a real woman. And they showed me a picture in the snow with red heels. I love it. Are it the same heels? No. Sheryll is strong, the way she handles things. She's open, she has a fun side. I always work, but she learned me to do more adventures. And when I asked you what is the meaning of love, you both said It shouldn't be complicated. No drama, no stress, but friendship, partnership, enjoy life together. And this reminds me of this. What's a marriage? Of course, it's an agreement between two people, but it is more than signing a paper.
With vodka?
I told you my problem. Marriage is a commitment to life, to the best that two people can find and bring out in each other. A wife and a husband are each other's best friend, confidant, lover, teacher, listener. Happiness in a marriage is not something that just happens. A good marriage must be created. In a marriage, the little things are the big things. It's at no time taking the other for granted. It's forming a circle of love that gathers the whole family. It's not only marrying the right partner, no, it's being the right partner. Before we go to the official part, there's one more thing. Normally, there's a proposal. And when Sheryll told her family, I'm going to marry Jeroen, they were very happy, of course. But one person was a little bit sad and worried. Samuel. I don't know, or he is looking now?
Yes,
Yes.
Samuel.
Well, he said, do you have a ring? Did he ask you on his knees? No, Jeroen didn't. But he promised to make it up. Well, Jeroen, I thought maybe this is the right moment.
No, nothing.
No? Okay, it's your choice.
I can still run?
Okay. Another thing. Now you speak to each other your wedding vows. Yes?
Okay,
Okay.
you can do that.
Who's going to start?
Well, I will start, I think. But, where do you want to start?
No, you start.
No, okay. Because
Oh, I thought it's a ring.
No, it's the engagement ring. No, shall we stand for that? I guess.
Yes, I think that's better.
And, I did write it out.
Oh, dear.
I haven't memorized it, so I won't have to hold it this time.
Okay.
Anyway, dear Sheryl, never had I imagined 12 years ago when we first met we would be standing here. Well, the first time we met on the Vinda, where we hardly spent time together, being close friends in Picseefilm in 2013. But still at that time, I could not have imagined we would have experienced so much together. Our worlds were too far apart at that time. However, it was this friendship which provided us the strength and courage to bring our worlds together. We've now been inseparable for the last 5 years, and which has had its fair share of challenges, but also has created many lasting and beautiful memories. There has been times when it seemed impossible for us to be together, and the past year has certainly tested that patience. With our commitment to each other, we've strengthened our relationship. The future is unknown, and as we have experienced in the past year, plans made, the unexpected to all, also always cross our paths. It's not what we need to deal with at the present time, or the challenges that lay ahead. It is how we together can overcome all the obstacles and create new memories in its path. I'm giving you my heart, my commitment and my support, and embrace everything that will cross your path in years.
Okay, I don't have a note. It was supposed to go on my phone, but I couldn't think of the right words. So I said I'll just go with the flow. Yeah, we've known each other for a long time, and the friendship really was a really great foundation. And until now, and I want to grow. Well, they say you find a partner that you can grow old with, but I think you need to find somebody that you can be a child with every day. To make everything every day fun, with passion, with weirdness, stubbornness, a lot.
Also, you. I can't. Don't worry.
And yes, we do have some moments that we, how do I say it? Not fight, but discuss our differences. But at the end of the day, he makes sure if there are times that we are mad at each other, he really makes sure that we never sleep upset. I have to work on that still. I still have to work on that. However, from the time that we became friends, we became lovers, and now partners. Yeah. And not the most romantic time. However,
Again, the memory.
but it's a perfect person, and I hope he knows how much I love him. And I promise that I'll annoy you every day of our lives. And remember, marriage too has its fine prints. So the fine print, I'll give it to you later on. So, and thank you for everything. And Jeroen, maybe, I'm sure everybody knows him. However, not one day that we started this relationship that he never forgets to say I love you to me. And it's not just 1, 2, 3 times a day. Even the most simple things, he always says that. And he always shows me how much he loves me in his own little ways. And it's those little things that really, really special. So I will forever annoy you. And I love you very much, babe. I do.
Normally, it's my duty to read a few sections of the law. What it says about the obligations between a husband and a wife. I rather like to read aloud this short poem written by Khalil Gibran. Then Almitra spoke again and said, "And what of marriage, master?" And he answered, "You were born together, and together you shall be forevermore. You shall be together when the white wings of death scatter your death. You shall be together even in the silent memory of God. But let there be spaces in the togetherness, and let the winds of the heavens dance between you. Give your hearts, but not into each other's keeping. Stand together, yet not too near together. For the pillars of the temple stand apart, and the oak tree and the cypress don't grow in each other's shadow." Okay, will you stand up and give each other the right hand?
Right?
But before I ask you the question, I want you to stand still at this moment. These are the hands of your best friends, young, strong, and full of love for you, that holding yours on your wedding day, as you promise to love each other today, tomorrow, and forever. These are the hands that will hold you when fear or grief fills your mind. And these are the hands that, even wrinkled and aged, still will be reaching for yours. Oké, hier komt het. Jeroen Sheryll, do you declare to me that you take Sheryll Samonte Tiango as your wife? And do you promise that you will loyally fulfill all the duties which are imposed by law upon the marriage state? What is your reply?
I do.
Sheryll Samonte Tiango, do you declare to me that you take Jeroen Sheryll as your husband? And do you promise that you will loyally fulfill all the duties which are imposed by law upon the marriage state? What is your reply?
Of course.
Then I declare, as Register of Marriages, in the name of the law, that you are both united in matrimony. You may kiss. You are the only one who may kiss and they don't kiss.
The lipstick.
No,
Okay,
it's
Oh.
kiss proof.
kiss proof. You are going to give each other a ring. Livia. Je mag zelf weten aan wie je het eerst geeft. Weet je
Oh, ja.
wel? Ja?
Oh,
Kom je?
oh, okay.
Ja, ja, ik
Ja,
ben
dat moet.
Ik pak er eentje. En,
Nou, wacht, nee,
Ah,
even
nee.
wachten, dan kan Jeroen hem eerst omdoen.
ja. Zo.
Oké.
Ja, dat is goed. Ja, ja.
Dankjewel.
Ja, dat is
Okay, this is the right size.
It is, yes. It's just a bit hot.
Okay. Show it to your family,
Oh.
especially
Oh.
to Samuel.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we get a bit closer. I don't know if
Yes.
you can see it.
Officially.
Okay, we're going to sign.
Oh.
Sheryl, you may leave first. Yes.
Ja. There. Okay. So.
Dankjewel. Jullie mogen nu plaatsnemen, mogen je even naar stoel wisselen.
Verstoel wisselen.
Ja.
Zei je, die kan.
Als getrouwde vrouw heb je weer privileges.
Is er wat?
Oh, okay.
Van Erve Petrus Cornelis. Dat doet je vrouw. Nou, dat is nou afschuiven. Ter plaats.
Zo, tafel.
Helemaal hier. Dankjewel. Sander Castro.
I'll do it more as well again.
No, not standing on roofs and all this stuff. Not from here. Oh yeah.
Ja, dat doen ze ook nog.
Ja. Ja. Alsjeblieft.
Castro Sheila Aquino.
I have a long one. No. Well, as you can see, Sheryll, Patrick telling everybody that I'm going to speak on behalf of him. That's already an indication of how well we can train our men.
Yes.
Okay. Patrick and I are thankful to witness the union of our friends Sheryll and Jeroen. Sheryll is more than just a sea sister. She's more than just a good friend of Sherry and myself.
We've seen her through her journey, and eventually that journey of Sheryll led her to Jeroen's heart. I am sure, and Sheryll can make things happen. She can endure almost anything because she's one person who puts her heart and soul into everything that she does. And on the other hand, Jeroen is going to be someone that would complement us. And Jeroen's care and love for Sheryll, I know, just makes my friend happier, and that Jeroen gives you joy. To Jeroen, thank you for your generous heart. Thank you for letting her speak to me for 5 hours until the wee hours of the morning. I promise I won't do that too many times. Thank you for being a best friend and the forever love of Sheryll. Well, today, the 6th of April, may not seem to be that significant. There is no big party happening on the streets. Well, the only significance so far, until now, is the change of weather every 15 minutes. Yeah. This day has given us the experience of the 4 seasons in one day. But it is both of you, Jeroen and Sheryll, who gives this day more significance, and that it will truly be a memorable day for you and for us too. Best wishes to both of you, dear friends, and Patrick and I couldn't be any happier for both of you. Thank you.
Make it legal.
Now I know why the call was 5 hours.
Yeah. Thank you. Shuri, last one.
Make it official.
Jeroen and Sheryll, I am the first to congratulate you, wish you a lot of happiness and love. But I think what I most like is that I am the first who calls you Mr. and Mrs. Schuchman. Oh. I want to give you something. It's a small dream catcher.
Oh.
And it says, go where your dreams take you. Dat is voor jullie wel van toepassing. Ik mag jullie straks geen hand geven, dus die krijg je ook van mij. I'm going to end the ceremony with the last words. One night, I had a dream. I was walking along the dark beach with you. Across the sky flashed scenes from my life. For each scene, I noticed 2 sets of footprints in the sand. One belonging to me and one to you. When the last scene of my life shot before me, I looked back at the footprints in the sand. There was only 1 set of footprints. This bothered me, because I noticed that was the lowest and saddest time of my life. And I ask you, why? Just when I needed you most, have you not been there for me? And you looked at me and said to me with love, my precious, I love you and will never leave you. When you saw only one set of footprints, then when you suffered, it was then that I carried you. Wilt u wel laten? Iedereen is helemaal stil.
Congratulations.
Wow, it's a special day and we are happy to be here, and we were invited for Sheryll and Jeroen, and we have met a long time ago already.
2007 on the Noordam.
On the ship.
Congratulations, wish you all the best and happiness. We're happy to be here to share the moment with you, and you're feliciteerd.
Gefeliciteerd.
They are my neighbors, and the former owner of the house was also a captain at sea. So this is beautiful.